Hello, in this video I'm flying the 777 Freighter by PMDG in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Now this video is going to be a flight from Heathrow to New York, JFK. The flight time is, if we go into our operational flight plan here, it is going to be 7 hours and 30 minutes. That's the scheduled flight time, so we'll see. It could take 7 hours and 20 minutes, but we'll just settle for 7 hours and 30 minutes. Now this is a cargo flight, so we're rocking the FedEx livery here. Okay, so the aircraft is in a sort of pre-start state at the moment. So we're going to be turning on the ADIRUs, and we're going to be spooling up the APU. Okay, external powers are on, so we're done with this side of the panel. Voice recorder on, emergency exit lights armed. Hydraulics, we'll leave it at this state for now. We will turn this on just before pushback and startup. Supernumerary signs, we will keep these at no smoking on and seatbelts off for now. Once we're done with refueling, we'll turn seatbelts on. The lights are okay at the moment. Let's do a fire test. Okay, fire test is okay. Engines, start selectors are on norm. Fuel jettison is off. Fuel pumps, we have the left fuel pump on. So left fuel pump forward on, because we're turning on the APU, and that's on automatically. Anti-ice is all, they're all on auto. Logo lights on, and these lights are off for now. Let's do a light test here. So all of the lights are illuminated, and I apologize for the performance here. We're in Heathrow, it's usually a little bit demanding on the GPU, and generally just demanding. So this panel is all on auto and okay. Pressurization is on auto. So we're done with the overhead here, and we're going to go into our weights and balance here. We'll import this from SimBrief. That's good. I still don't know how to use this app here properly. We'll go down here into our FMS, and we will go to FMC here. Position in it, we're in Heathrow Echo Golf Lima Lima, and we're currently at stand 608, and we'll take the GPS position. We'll set that as our inertial position. Next, we will request our route, so Echo Golf Lima Lima to Kilo Juliet Foxtrot Kilo. And the payload for today's flight is, well, we're set at a zero fuel weight of 220.9. However, that's a bit different. Let's see. In here, zero fuel weight 221.5, so we'll set this, set payload, and the fuel is 76.7, so we will set that as well, and we will select this route, and we can turn on the seatbelt signs as well. And I'm going to close the windows now. Lock this in place. Great. So, we have the flight plan now. So we can load this. We'll wait for that just a little bit. Adjusting my seat here a little bit. Okay, so the flight plan is loaded, and we will go to departures, and we will select. So let's see what the ATIS is here. I am using SayIntentions.AI, and if we tune in to listen to the ATIS, it's 121935.
On Delta 0950 Zulu, wind 260 at 5, visibility 6, sky conditions, no cloud detected, temperature 14, dew point 10, QNH 1017, density altitude -100 feet, transition level 65, arriving runway 27 right, departing runway 27 left. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta. London Heathrow Airport.
Okay, so we have information Delta. And we're going to use the communications page here. If we go to flight information, departure clearance request, FedEx 65, facility is going to be Echo Golf Lima Lima, I believe. And we have our departure and destination already. We're at gate 608 here. And we have information Delta as our ATIS. And we will send this now. See if this works properly. Now, for the very first time, PMDG have integrated the SayIntentions.AI into their aircraft. You have to get your SayIntentions API key, and you have to enter it here into the settings page, and then you'll be able to use it via the communications tab here. We'll wait for the message. We can close some of the doors. So if we go into ground operations, ground services, we will release the aft cargo, release the fuel trucks, release the forward galley, release side cargo, releasing the bulk cargo and the forward cargo, portable water, and we'll keep the stirs on for now. Okay, we've got our clearance now, so if we go here, clear to JFK, the CPT-3 Golf departure on 125625, squawking 5152, expect runway 27 left. So we've already planned for that. Let's put in that squawk, so 5152. (5152) is set, and we will set this to this mode here. We will accept this, but we will keep this here for now. Okay. So maintain 6,000. We will put that in our MCP here. And runway heading is, I believe it's 270. So just to make sure, it's 269. Okay. Now, we won't put our arrival information in because it's too far from now, but we'll go here into the routes and we will activate this. Perfinite, 0 fuel weight, 221.5. Cruising altitude, the initial cruise altitude is, as per the flight plan, flight level 300. So we can put 300 here for now. Okay, that's fine. All this information has been imported. And we're using 76.7 kilograms of 76.7 tons of fuel for our trip. Thrust limits. Now we'll do our performance calculations. So we're taking off 27 left. We're importing this information from the aircraft. All of this is on optimum. Importing weather. 1017 is set for the QNH. We'll calculate this. So flaps 5 for today's departure. And we are on takeoff 2. And we have 40 degrees on our temperature selected. CG is 25.8 or 26, so that's 6.25 for the trim. And our V1 is 170, 170 for the VR, and 171 for the V2. So that's been imported correctly. So our FMC here is all set up. If we go into our checklist for the pre-flight oxygen test, tested on my side and on the first officer's side as well. Great. Flight instruments are checked, so heading 179 at the moment, and the altitude is 100, so that's cross-checked. Parking brake is set, and fuel control switches are cut off. MCP is set here on the before start checklist. Takeoff speeds 170, 170, and 171. CDU pre-flight is completed. Trim is set to 6.25, and taxi and takeoff briefing is completed, or we'll just assume that we've completed it. Now we're going to close the remaining doors. So if we go into ground operations, we'll release all, and doors we will close all, and arm them. So we have released all the ground service vehicles, and we've closed all the doors and armed them. And we can verify that here as well. As you can see, the doors are all armed, so that's good. It's great. This can go into TA for now. So we can turn off the external powers. We're all on APU now, releasing the air conditioning unit and releasing the ground power and removing the chocks. So if we see the airplane from an outside view, as you can see, we have released everything and we're ready to go. Heathrow ground, morning, FedEx 65 Heavy, ready for push and start.
FedEx 65, Heathrow ground, push and start approved, face east.
Push and start approved, face east, FedEx 65 Heavy. Okay, so now I could be using the pushback from the SayIntentions, but I'm going to use this pushback tool that I got from flightsim.to, just because it's a little bit faster. Now he did say face east, so we'll just push us back this way. And I believe, so once we start the engines, we will start the clock. Start the right engine. Reversers were on for some reason. Would have just been my controls. Let's just check those fuel pumps. We do have
ground, Speedbird
central fuel as well.
1428 ready for pushback and engine start.
Forgot to turn on the fuel pumps.
Speedbird 1428 Heathrow ground, pushback and engine start approved, face north.
Speedbird 312 request taxi.
To reset these. It's 40 degrees. We'll start the left engines. Set the parking brakes. There is a reason why in the real world they operate these airplanes with two people. One person can forget a lot. And you just saw that happening. But it's fine, we're in the simulator. Okay, we have a good engine start. Okay, we can disconnect the APU now as well. Well, I mean, turn the APU off. And let's do an after start checklist. So anti-ice is on auto, recall check is okay. auto brake, RTO, flight controls. Full left, neutral, full right, neutral, up, neutral, down, neutral, rudder full left, neutral, rudder full right, neutral. Flight controls checked, they're free and clear. Ground equipment is clear and removed. And I'm going to set the flaps as well right now, so I don't have to worry about that. Heathrow ground, FedEx 65 Heavy, ready for taxi.
FedEx 65, taxi to runway 27 left via Sierra 1.
Taxi 27 left via Sierra 1, FedEx 65 Heavy. And I'm gonna put this to TARA right now because it's easy to forget that. Taxi lights on. So the taxi is very straightforward actually, just straight ahead and then a whole short Sierra 1. We can cancel this as well. Forgot to turn the chrono on, so we'll just turn it on from runway to runway. It's gonna increase the speed a little bit. Now there are still some problems with SayIntentions.AI. For instance, the handing over to different frequencies is still a little bit bugged, and we'll follow the instructions unless the instructions don't make any sense. That's the best thing to do. If an instruction just doesn't make any sense, or if you think that your aircraft is perhaps too big, for example, if they're giving you a vector to a final that you think your aircraft just can't make in terms of altitude and speed, the best thing to do is really, you know, just to either disconnect from SayIntentions or tell them that you're unable and tell them what you need, and then usually they give you the thing that you want, so they'll comply with your request. So don't feel like you have to follow every instruction if it doesn't seem right, like the right instruction. because it still has lots of bugs. But it's by far, I believe, the best AI ATC for this simulator. Now,
Speedbird 69er, request push and start.
Speedbird 69er, push and start approved. Face south.
now this
Push
is
and
really
start
cool.
approved.
You can
Face
hear
off,
all the other
Speedbird 69er.
pilots. I'm going to reduce the sound just a little bit on the ATC. So you won't feel alone when you're flying on SayIntentions, although you can see their aircrafts. I believe they're working on a solution for that, so you can see all the aircrafts. This is Sierra 3. We'll just hold short here.
FedEx 65, contact tower on 124.48, so long.
Contact tower 124.48, FedEx 65, heavy. Okay, so we're gonna switch to tower now. And forgot to set the trim. Very lucky to have remembered that. So 625, that would have been a terrible mistake. A fatal mistake, I should say. Okay, so trim is set. I'm gonna turn these lights on so we're ready for an immediate takeoff. Okay. Heathrow Tower, hello, FedEx 65 Heavy, ready for takeoff.
FedEx 65 Heavy, Heathrow Tower, runway 27 left, with 290 at 4, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 27 left, FedEx 65 Heavy. Just gonna line up, and I think I'm gonna do a rolling takeoff here. And I'm going to hand the communications to co-pilot.
Mike Oscar 738, welcome to Heathrow. Contact ground on 121.705. Speedbird 778, Foxtrot, contact departure on 125.62. 5 up or pitch.
Oh, here it makes a mistake.
125.625, Speedbird 778, Foxtrot.
Let's see if we can line up correctly. Okay, well that's good enough. Thrust set. 18 knots cross check. V1. Rotate. Degrees, nose up. Gear up. Positive rate. Co-pilot will handle the communications for me. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Zero. Well, flaps up, actually. There's definitely been some improvements on the flight model. The handling of the aircraft is a lot better. Okay, we'll turn the autopilot on. So we're going to maintain 6,000. Okay, we'll climb to 30 now. Still getting used to the 777's different modes. After takeoff checklist, landing gear is up and flaps are up. So the next checklist is going to be a descent checklist. We won't have to see that for another 5 to 6 hours. QNH is standard now. Standard 6-7. Cars checked. I have communications now. FedEx 65, I'll be requesting radar vectors to ILS 13 left. Well, this is cool. So even if you have the co-pilot doing the radios, you can still put in requests. Well, that's really good. $1,500 is going to be our next altitude for descent. We have to be above requests. Well, we'll descend a little bit with 300. Wait. Speed to 200. Five. We're cleared for the ILS, so just turn a little bit to this side so it wouldn't be a tight turn. We're cleared for the ILS anyway, so we can do this. Lockstar, I believe now. Reducing speed to 180 and going flaps 15 or flaps 10 actually. Oh, flaps 15. confusing the aircraft.
We're established on the ILS approach for runway 13 left.
FedEx 65 Heavy, Kennedy Tower, wind 105 at 15 gusting 22, runway 13 left, clear to land.
Okay, we're clear to land.
Runway 13 left, clear to land. FedEx 65 Heavy.
Okay, I'm gonna put my taxi charts on my other screen here. This is gonna be a little bit difficult. And you're down. Reducing speed to 160 now. And the flap's full. See lights on. All of the lights are on and crew rest advised. Landing checklist is complete. And we're going to be doing the landing now. So dropping the speed to 150. Which was our ref.
1,000.
My airplane. Just being careful a little bit with that light path.
$100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Versus green. Auto brake. Decel. Not the best landing, but the most important thing that is that it landed. 60 knots. Reverser stowed.
FedEx 65 Heavy, welcome to Kennedy. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Switching to ground on 121.9er. FedEx 65 Heavy.
Okay. We've arrived now. Parking brakes are on. And we can turn the engines off. Engine 1 off. Engine 2 off. And APU is also on, so we're okay. Hydraulic panel is off. Parking brake is set. Fuel pumps off. Parking brake is also set. And the shutdown checklist is complete. ADIRU is off. Emergency lights are off. And packs, we'll leave them on for now. So checklists are complete. Welcome to JFK.